Welcome to a moment of intriguing introspection beyond the realms of fear, hesitancy, and doubt. A deep dive into the questions of the ages shared with the courage that may challenge perception, yet teases open the expansive depth of conscious awareness. This is a rare and unique moment in our collective history. And beyond all sense of dogma, I am Master Lady Kira Raa, promising to call forward the essence of all that you are. Join me as I offer the latest self-ascension revelations with supportive wisdom. And why not remember that peace, love, and joy are your birthright? So this is the moment to bring your hand to your heart and to give yourself the gift of relaxing into a deep breath with a wondrous exhale. I look forward to joining you right now in another episode of Expanding Consciousness. Hey, namaste everyone. Master Lady Kira Raa here at Tosa Blue Mountain Sanctuary in the Andes Mountains of Ecuador. And you know, today my heart is just so excited and honored to be with you in this incredible outdoor setting because we're taking a really deep dive today. Today, I want to invite you to relax your brain. I mean, just bring it down. And what a better place to do that in than nature. And to really feel the breath enter you and to invite me to invite you to go beyond illusion, to let go of a definition of what is normal, and to really gift yourself with an introduction into all you have ever been by going inward with the knowing of who decides what I define, who decides what we all define, and what happens when we do. Is definition not a limitation? And is not that a limitation that is self-imposed by a collective consciousness that is radiating a frequency seeking to control? And so in the essence of unraveling everything that would bring that into a negative connotation, where many people take this as conspiracy theory or other things that they want to go down a dark hole with, today, my goal is to illuminate you. My goal is to invite you to go beyond that, to see the mirror, to really gaze into the mirror and to know that you are beyond the illusion, thereby able to stand in the smile, the eternal transcendent presence that is, if there was ever a definition of normal. Yet we live in a world that seeks to keep us separated from that. A world that seeks to heap so much on top of it. Can't quite get rid of it, right? It's always going to be there, but it can sure muddy the water. You might always have that bed of crystals waiting for you, but the amount of sludge that's been sitting on top of it and the millennia that it's been rising, especially in this experience of potentiality, well, that's another story, isn't it? So welcome to Expanding Consciousness. You are here right now, whether it is 2024, the year and the potentiality where that is how we count time, whether it is that moment right now where you have discovered this, or in whatever cosmic library or means of communication this energy is received to you, I bow before you right now. And I want you to feel my sincerity, my love, and my presence in that. Because we are at a moment where the seeds of integrity are the only thing that will carry you beyond the illusion. We are in the early breath, the moment of recognition of the Kali Yuga. We have been in it. Let go of any astrological calendar or what this guru or that guru says, because it is the clinging to linear time that is what is keeping you stuck. It's like trying to hold on in the middle of a forceful wind, when if you let go, you realize you have wings and can fly higher than you've ever flown before. That is the moment at hand right now. That is where we're at. And so here at Expanding Consciousness, my sole intention for this podcast, this broadcast, this show, this recording my sole intention, and no matter in what media or form you receive it, even good old-fashioned AM and FM radio, however you are receiving this message, I just want to thank you for just hanging out and listening. Even if everything inside of you is screaming, who is this woman? And oh my God, what is she talking about? I get that. I really do. Because I was you, and I was you, and I was you. I am as you are, a sum total of the experience of conscious awareness of this field of potentiality right now. Now breathe that in, because that's really not so hard to understand. It's really not. In this moment, we are at a precipice, and this is being recorded in October 2024. In this moment, we are at a precipice of a reunified field of our cosmic human. Really feel that, the human. My beautiful Sufi Sri Ramka taught me so much about the who and the integrated presence. And so in the moment of the cosmic integration of the human, that cosmic human, with this amazing body that regrows hair, that has skin we can tattoo or not, that has all these wonderful playground for us, right? That we can command, that we can reverse age. I am living proof. Come prove me wrong. This is beyond the illusion. It is the day-to-day breath of letting go of that definition that has been decided by an essence outside of your own knowing. What if within you, I'm going to take a pause on that. Let's take a pause on that, shall we? I'm going to take a sip of coffee while you take that pause. Ecuadorian. Okay, I love my Ecuadorian coffee, I admit it. Let's bring a hand to our heart. Yeah, a lot of things, right? How are you feeling? How are you feeling hearing all this? I'm standing by this incredible tree here at Tosa Blue Mountain that should not exist. The first time I ever saw this tree was actually, I think, in Thailand. And you can see it looks like an alligator with all those amazing spikes. It has all these spikes coming out of it, and it's huge. And when Sri and I moved here, it was nothing more than a stump. It had either been harvested or long gone. And this tree, which is probably now, let's see, oh my goodness gracious, 20 feet tall, maybe taller, is only 6 years old. Consider that. Well, I've been living here 8 years, but there was nothing here. I watched it come in from a leaf. And it's a magical tree for me because it's the unified field of the East and the West. It's a tree that should not exist here in Ecuador. It is not native, especially to the Andes Mountains. There would be no reason for it to be here. And there's only one other one on this property. And it's on our ancient Incan canal, which is right up here in my view. An original Incan canal with water that still flows through it that originates right up here in the Andes Mountains. Behind me, right here in the Compadres Mountains, are ancient ruins up there on the mountain. Hiking up there, touching that, takes me beyond the illusion. To break free of any sense of interference, to breathe fresh air every day, to have zero air traffic, zero, except birds, and there's a lot of them, to actually watch real clouds form, dance, and reveal. To hear the water flowing, to hear the leaves, to literally watch a condor soar at my arm's length right by me and be eyeball to eyeball and be able to call them for you to do the same. Is that normal? It is for me. What is your normal? Right now, as I'm filming this, I am standing outside listening to, I can't even tell you how many birds. But if I'm sitting here for a moment, it's got to be close to 100 at least. All varieties. The river's running. And you're here feeling that. I am transmitting that to you because who decides what is defined? You are capable of receiving all that ever was when you stand beyond the illusion, because the illusion is that which is seeking to stop you from remembering your capacity to be. Let me go back for a moment. I'm gonna go back to the late 60s when I was a kid, because I am, in linear years, I am 64. And I remember in the late 60s, yoga was like taboo. You didn't talk about yoga. Oh my gosh, that was like black magic. And I remember when in where I was living at the time, a new church came in. It was built, and I asked my mom, I'm like, "What is that, Mom?" And she's like, "Oh, they're Universalist." And I was like, "Well, what's that?" She's like, "Oh," couldn't even talk about it. Didn't even want to be open to it. And the reason I'm going there right now and sharing this with you is that we have an opportunity right now. Look how far we've come. Look at how much happened in such a beautiful short period of time when we were present and focused and alive and active. Active, guys. Got to stay active, right? And so when we were giving ourselves that gift, when we were and look at the wind, right? As the wind comes in, that's when things happen. And so when we move out of our active presence, the illusion sets in. Consider how many hours a day you may spend on TV. Consider how many hours a day you're spending not in nature, not just like yummy nature, and allowing yourself to be nourished by how quickly the sky changes and how beautiful the mountains are and the way that the earth talks to us. So I'm inviting you to really take a moment and pay attention to what is forming your perceptions, what is informing your sense of normalcy. Because in this world, it is the definitions that lead to our limitations. And in those limitations, we begin the regressive sequences that shut down consciousness itself intentionally. Taking a breath. Right now, taking a conscious breath. Yeah, there you go. I mean, really, really feel. And as you're taking in that breath, notice your heart, but also notice your solar plexus, your third chakra, and your throat. Throat, heart, solar plexus. Just kind of play with those three energies for a moment and notice them. Almost like a shell game, isn't it? Right? Which one's hiding it? Which one's hiding it? Which one's hiding it? Oh, I think it's this one. No, it's not. It's this one. These three right now are moving in the October experience as Ave Sa. Because we are in the moment, the way that we are giving ourselves the gift to go beyond illusion is to relax out of a brain-oriented positioning into a relaxed acceptance of our divine nature, the cosmic human blending with this body of form. Now really relax into that. And if your mind's trying to engage that or kick you out of that, then try bringing that in again. Just try breathing that one in again. Yeah, here comes my wind again. There we are. The elements, commanding the elements is not hard because you are them. You are the Tria Prima. We are in a moment right now where the alchemical presences are all shifting. This is why the Kali Yuga is feeling so strong. What is the essence of the Kali Yuga? And that which is the truth will be seen as a lie, and that which is a lie will be seen as the truth. So knowing that, having that ammunition, having unlocked the Bhagavad Gita, and if you have not, go to shrinkira.com and take my Bhagavad Gita program, please. Learn the ascended keys inside the Bhagavad Gita. All of that information has come forward and said, you are ready. You are ready to ascend beyond that which you have been before while in a body of form. That is what the Yoga of Self-Ascension is. The Yoga of Self-Ascension is here simply to invite you to go beyond the illusion. And this is science. This is Einstein. This is Huxley. I love quoting Huxley because this is the perennial philosophies. And at the end of the day, the perennial philosophies, if we were to total them all up, was simply to remember who you are while you're still in a body of form. To really become. Buddha did not mean to create Buddhism. Buddha was here to show you how to be that state. Not to have a dogma that supports a non-attainable posture. Forgive me. Break free of the illusion. You're trapped. You're in a field that seeks to keep you limited through the egoic positioning. And yet, I was sharing this story the other day with someone, and I think it's really appropriate to share it now. Maybe settle in for a second, because this is a really special story for me. When we are born into this world, there is a tradition around the world of baptism. And all that signifies, and the water, and the belonging in the tribe. And nowhere did I see this more really rigorously done than in the highlands of Guatemala, when Sri and I were blessed to live among the Quechua Maya for 7 years. And during that time, we were honored to be invited to be the godparents of several children. And there is actually a beautiful Mayan man running around one village who has the name Sri Ramka, and it's on his official certificates. And as the godfather, your name gets written into the names. And so, as we were in the essence of going through this baptismal season, one of the baptisms was done in a traditional Catholic church. And what astounded me was, number one, how much it cost in a village of people that had nothing. And that we had to stand in line for over an hour to wait so somebody could handwrite into the book, literally handwrite into the book, the name of the child, the name of the godparents, all of this, get written in, sealed, done this, before we could even enter the church. So the whole process before we could even enter the church took, 2 hours. And why am I sharing this with you? Because when we got into the church, a priest came in, people brought their babies to the middle of the aisles, and he literally pushed a cart down the middle of the aisle with a plastic pitcher pouring water over heads. So that was a baptism. And everybody felt very good, and their kids are going to go to heaven, and they've done their duty. And it was very beautiful, and it was very fascinating. And then I had the honor to do something that was illegal. And that was to go up into the highlands with the elders of the tribe, the crystalline keepers that only wear white, for the baptism consecration of another one of our godchildren in the ancient ways. And we walked up to the top of the mountain, and he took out his machete, and we had this big bundle of, in Guatemala, they're like the calla lilies, but the ones that are like jumbo gorgeous, like they're this big. And he takes out the machete, and we get to this beautiful, you could tell that they had used this as a ceremonial site for thousands of years, and just the honor of having it revealed and shown to us, And with the machete in the 4 directions, he makes the only thing I could call as a vase out of the earth. And in each one of those vases, he put the flowers in. And so that's how we consecrated our church, up in the mountains, standing in this beautiful field of pine and other beautiful trees, making our vases, putting in our flowers. And then they had this big, huge ceramic. It was big, pretty big. And they put warm water in it that they had carried up in gourds. And I was asked to bathe the baby as its godmother. And so as prayers were sung, and as people had sacred scents, and as fires started to be burned and ceremonies were started to be built, I was bathing this child and welcoming them into this world. And the tears that were coming down met the water, because all that I kept thinking of was, why is not every child brought in this way? Why was this illegal? Why was what we were doing so illegal that had we been found, we could have been killed for doing it? And that's why we were not allowed to take any photos of it. And it was very, very rare that Sri and I were allowed up there. And the child was welcomed with anointing and dressing and love and passed and blessed. Everyone had a say. And then the high priest talked to the child about the responsibility of everyone, that you are part of a community, that you will never walk alone, that you will never be left aside, and that you are one with them as they are with you. And it was so much better than what I could share with you right now. But I'm sharing this story with you because in that moment, I went beyond all illusion. First of all, pinching myself that I was even able to be there to witness this in firsthand experience. And I think I wrote about it in our book, 2013, Mayan Sunrise. And the opportunity to who decides what's normal? What a beautiful, beautiful state of being. One from an ancient tradition based in together we are better. One based in a dogmatic tradition based on dominance and victim consciousness. One that says there must be a victim, thereby there needs to be a rescuer and there needs to be an abuser. And this is a great way, because if you are afraid, you will give away your power. And one that says you will never walk alone and you are part of more than yourself. And there will always be enough for you as there will be for each of us. That's based in trust. Trust, fear, the 7 polarities of free will. It was an illuminating process for me to witness. And it's an illuminating process for you to remember that beyond the illusion, you are normal. You've never not been normal. Normal is you allowing yourself to be you. If you are in a state where all that is around you is in the mode of creation, and it calls forward greater peace, greater love, better joy, it is done of the highest service, no one is harmed, then what is normal is you embodying the law of instantaneous manifestation, which is the miracle of Tosa Blue Mountain, building the new world this fast. People keep coming here and saying we are literally raising Eden. And I agree with them. Come and check it out. Tell me if I'm wrong. Beyond illusion is where your normal lies. Who decides what we define? Who decides what you define? You do, my love. If you're not as healthy as you want to be, I'm 64 and loving it. I'm looking forward to 124. If you're ready to command your body, if you're ready to say yes to you, if you want to get off the couch, if you want to help others, if you're off the couch and go, let me help, then hey, write me. Let's do it together. Come forward. This is our moment. Who decides what we define? You do. You are the power. You are all that you are seeking for. It's within you. The seeds are there. And in this very moment, all of those seeds, because they're all planted, The planting's done, baby. You've been planting, right? You're planted. But right now, all of the seeds, not just 1 or 2, all of them are either going to germinate or terminate. That's where we're at, because we're beyond the illusion, and what is normal is coming in around you. So the normal that you are calling forward is decided by you. Get it? I know you do, because it's that amazing. And if you don't, rewind until you can go, oh my God, Kira, I see it. It's not hard, but sometimes it's not that easy to get there. But once you're here, once you get beyond the illusion, once you are able to expand beyond that which is considered to be normal, you discover on the other side of that the field of non-judgment, what I call the 7th dimension. Because in that field, you stand with the courage, the knowing, the wisdom, and the love that is able to witness it all. Knowing that in the experience of your conscious awareness, everything illuminates. You see things you didn't see before. Solutions are birthed. That's just Einstein, right? Because your solutions will never come from the level of consciousness that created them. This is why all isms will never work. But when you are able to go beyond the illusion, when you're able to accept yourself and your divine presence as normal without all these other tapes telling you you're not, when you really pay attention to who decides what I define, who decides what we define, your seeds are germinating or terminating. The ones that are terminating, get them out of the garden. Make room for the ones that are germinating, because they're going to be big and they need lots of space so that those roots can really take hold and last forever. Because beyond illusion is you. You've always been the 0-point generator that carries forward the torus field of creation through a conscious awareness into this field of potentiality, spun through the 5 medicines sustaining you in the field of the Merkaba of Self-Ascension, inviting your divine galactic blueprint to ignite. Now, yeah, that was a lot at the end there. So you're going to have to go to shriandkira.com, check out the all-new website, and learn about all of it. It's free. It's all there. And know that this moment matters. You matter, or you wouldn't be here. Together, let us bring our hands to our heart. I want to close with the mantra of self-ascension today. I'm just going to say a line and invite you to repeat it to yourself out loud or silently, but with a smile. You ready? Okay. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. And may your heart know that you are eternally guided. Visit shriandkira.com. Spend New Year right here at Tosa Blue Mountain. Give me a line, send me a note, comment at YouTube, or give us an email, support@selfascension.com. Visit tosabluemountain.com. And as you move forward right now, may you know that your presence matters and that beyond all illusion is and has always been my angel. You are as I am, and I am as you are. Many blessings. Thank you for joining me on Expanding Consciousness. Learn more about the Yoga of Self-Ascension at shriandkira.com, and make sure you're subscribed to YouTube official Shri and Kira. Remember, you are the gift. I love you and look forward to being with you again. Namaste.